Hi, everybody. Miss Anna here, and as always, it's so good for me to be here to do our weekly meetup together for our video church school lesson. And this week, I just really needed a story. So I decided that I'm going to read you guys one of my favorite children's books. And it's not a Bible story, but it has a lot to do for me with our lesson this week, which is from the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verses 23 through 32, where Jesus teaches a few lessons. So I'm going to read the book and then we'll talk a little bit of how they're connected afterwards. So the book is this. It's called Wherever You Are, My Love Will Find You by Nancy Tillman. And I think it's probably written the way a parent would talk to a child. That's the voice that the story is written in. But as I read it, I want you guys to think about the love that God has for us, the way that God would speak to us about God's love for us. Okay? So this is Wherever You Are, My Love Will Find You by Nancy Tillman. I wanted you more than you will ever know. So I sent love to follow wherever you go. It's high as you wish it. It's quick as an elf. You'll never outgrow it. It stretches itself. So climb any mountain, climb up to the sky. My love will find you. My love can fly. Make a big splash. Go out on a limb. My love will find you. My love can swim. It never gets lost, never fades, never ends. If you're working or playing or sitting with friends, you can dance till you're dizzy, paint till you're blue. There's no place, not one, that my love can't find you. And if someday you're lonely, or someday you're sad, or you strike out at baseball, or think you've been bad, just lift up your face, feel the wind in your hair. That's me, my sweet baby. My love is right there. In the green of the grass, in the smell of the sea, in the clouds floating by at the top of a tree, in the sound crickets make at the end of the day, you are loved, you are loved, you are loved, they all say. My love is so high and so wide and so deep. It's always right there, even when you're asleep. So hold your head high and don't be afraid to march to the front of your own parade. If you're still my small babe, or you're all the way grown, my promise to you is you are never alone. You are my angel, my darling, my star, and my love will find you wherever you are. So that book really reminds me of our lesson because the things that Jesus teaches in our passages this week from Matthew He's kind of being questioned about who he is and where Jesus gets his power from. And then he also teaches a parable about two sons who were asked to do something by their father. And one says, yes, 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 I'll do it, and then doesn't. And the other son says, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. And then he changes his mind, and he goes to do what his father asked him to do. And Jesus uses these examples to teach us about God's love for us. And I think one thing that Jesus is telling us there is that God's love and the way that God works is so different than the way the world works. You know, we sometimes think it's just so important about how other people see us and what people think of us. But really what matters is if our hearts are close to Jesus. Because if our hearts are close to Jesus, then our actions and the things we do will be the way that God would want them to be. We'll be doing the things that God would want if we're doing a good job of keeping our hearts close to Jesus. And pretty much all the time, what that means is that our actions are showing love to God and love to other people. And the other piece about that story is that even when we make a bad choice, God's love is still with us. When we think we've done the wrong thing, or if we're feeling bad, God's love is still there with us. And God gives second chances. If we've done something wrong and we turn back to God, God's love is right there for us. We don't need to go looking for it. It's always right there. God wants us to be right there, living in God's love. But you know what? We're all going to take missteps. We're going to make mistakes. But part of our job is to recognize when we've made those mistakes and to turn back to God. And God's love is right there for us. It is never any farther away from us than it has always been. So this week, if you have some moments where things are feeling a little rough, or you feel like you've made a mistake or said or done something that you wish you hadn't, I want you to remember that God gives us second chances. And so we just need to say sorry and turn back to God. And God's love is always right there for us. I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and I hope you have a really wonderful week. Okay, bye.